All right, you guys, I'm getting you set up. I went live on YouTube without having finished setting up my camera, and I don't think it's a problem unless you guys do. Don't you want to see the real me? All right. So, boy, things get dusty in here. So, you are there. You are not here. You're there. This is when I'm looking here, that's when I'm looking at just this side of the screen right here. That's when I'm looking there. But when I'm looking here, isn't it better? So I wrote a thing. I write things. You guys may know that. And I write things at pretty high personal risk, it turns out. This is for David today. No. Got some other shipping going on here. This is Chad Crawford's board. Chad has been dying. Does that look backward to you guys? It looks backward to me right now. You can see that Chad got a bit of a finish on his board, and I have an entire spray booth to build. Sadly, friends, I'm going to be back in fabrication mode. I'm working up all my stock so that I'll be in fabrication mode again very shortly. And what fabrication mode means is that I'm going to be building over here a proper spray booth that has proper vacuum and filter on it. And what that will mean is that I will be in that stress. It doesn't mean anything for you guys. What it means for me is I'll be stressed because I just haven't grown enough to be happy fabricating a whole bunch of stuff. Now I'm gonna do a little bit of wedging on you guys because I think you'll like, I just think you'll like seeing what's on the table today. Can you still see? No, that's not it. I'm not sorry at all. I love having you guys in the workshop with me. This is like better than I ever thought it would be to have my friends with me able to see what I'm up to here in my workshop. Trying to just, let's see. I think I just did the same thing. Oh, that looks pretty good. Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, here in the workshop today, packing up Chad, I wrote a thing. Now, when I write a thing, the thing about the things I write is that they're never a complete story. Hang on, you know what? I need to get something for Chad over here. I love these things. I love gas rags with my buddy Rocco on them. He's usually chilling right near me. There he is, right there. There's Rocco. He's sitting in the hallway back there. I'm gonna open his house. He likes his house right here near the door. You want to come in your house, Rocco? Come on, buddy. You can get in your house if you want to. So I like gas rags, and I really enjoy having one of these in my pocket. I try not to take too many freshies because we make them in batches of about 100 at a time. Anyway, so here's this. So I wanted to talk about what I wrote today because it's entitled after the name of another skateboard company. And when you write something and you talk about another guy's company in it, you run a real risk of pissing them off. Not that I would know anything about pissing off skateboard company owners, but I want to just observe something to you guys that I think is true. In this climate of our culture and our industry, if something is pissing off the owner of a skateboard company, you can almost guarantee that thing that's pissing them off is good for skateboarders. Because in our day and age, rare is the skateboard company that actually offers anything of distinct quality or value. Quality, value. Quality, value. These are terms that just almost, actually, in my own dear city of Cincinnati, Ohio, where I love living, a lot of people ask me over the years, like, why don't you move? And I love living in Cincinnati. I've lived here since 2000. And I've lived in Northside in my house, here in the Northside neighborhood, which is actually not on the north side of Cincinnati. I've lived in Northside since 2004. I moved here after a stint in Christian ministry for some years, from about 1996 until 2002. I worked in professional Christian ministry, and I wound up here. And I like it here. I do. We have a culture in Cincinnati that is not conducive to quality and value. Even more, we have a culture that is not conducive to any kind of contrast. But the skateboard company I mentioned in my thing I wrote today is Dirty Skateboards. Now, Dirty is out of, I believe they're out of Missouri. They're within reach of Canis in Little Rock, Arkansas. They're within reach of Hernando, Mississippi. These are two places I've had the pleasure of hanging out with Justin Ray Stevenson, Dirty Skateboards, their crew of dudes. I believe one of them is named Moose, and he might still have a GoFundMe for an injury. You know, Dirty Skateboards is a brand of skateboards that is manufactured in America. From they're sourcing on their boards. They're always looking to get the most authentic, quality boards that they can. And Justin screen prints all their graphics. And I think that Dirty Skateboards is a superb example of what I'm talking about when I talk about brands, companies, quality, value. Here you have a company that's not purchasing a Chinese process heat transfer sheet to be heat squeezed. By the way, that's 300 odd degrees. Heat squeezed, that's like 32 pounds per square inch. That's a good solid squeeze. It's a soft roller, and some outfits will tell you that their roller is softer than the standard. We have the softest heat squeezing roller. At the point where you're explaining to me that you have a softer heat squeezing roller, I'm looking at Dirty Skateboards and thinking, I would rather go with the guy who's bringing the craft of actual screening into his brand than the guys who are making their craft argument about the softness of an industrial roller. There's not a lot of American ingenuity and bravery that go into buying a softer heat roller. There's a lot of bravery and American ingenuity that go into a guy saying, how do I properly register a multicolor graphic on a rounded skateboard? You know, how do I properly source an American laminate product that I can believe in to put this art on? Look at just, we're not talking about, you know, pressing laminate like I do. I'm very, very proud of the work I do. I'm very pleased. I'm very happy. I have a sense of confidence. I do ship out replacement boards. There are always quality issues and problems like that along the way. But I'm proud not only of the craft that I've been able to do in the 7-ply, 8-ply, 9-ply laminate jobs I'm doing, 5-ply, 6-ply, fiber laminate, things like that are starting to come up and come around. I'm proud of the guarantee that I'm able to make on a board. When I find out someone's board didn't behave the way that I wanted it to when I shipped it to them, I get involved. I believe that your problems are my problems. And Justin over at Dirty is making steps toward that by sourcing his laminate product, the deck itself, you know, sourcing the deck right here in America. I know he's worked with a number of outfits. I know some outfits are more ethical than others. I know some make a higher quality board than others, and I know some are downright unethical. I just thought Dirty Skateboards was a really good example to everyone that it's not always all about making your own laminate. It's not always all about taking it back to the true craft of laminate. You can have a great skateboard brand that's not a skateboard brand like Fickle. Fickle is different from Dirty, different to Dirty for the Brits and UK folk. Fickle is different to Dirty in this way. Fickle is in control and directly responsible for all of the laminate that comes out from sheet, glue, press, onward. And that means that our customers are our boss. At Dirty is doing the next best thing. This is what a skateboard brand that's not gonna do the soul-destroying, lifestyle choice of making a full craft laminate product. Dirty's doing the next best thing. They're representing how it should be done. In America, if you want to be a skateboard brand owner and you don't go and get quality American laminate, not cheap junk American laminate, if you don't push for high quality and proper sourcing and authenticity on domestic product, you're a silly boy. And some of you may be silly girls. But if you just want to be inclusive on that, right? If you want to be an American skateboard brand and you want to use Tijuana-made Mexican product that claims it's North American, or Chinese product that disingenuously boasts a label of 100% Canadian maple, that's disingenuous. Is it 100% Canadian maple? Ridiculously, yes. They're literally shipping veneer across the oceans, making it into skateboards, shipping it back. Months in the hold. I don't know how long it's in the hold or how much diesel's involved. But those models are, in my view, despicable. Now, despicable, you may have forgotten what that means. But despicable means it's something that you can despise. Now, everyone thinks that despising is always the person who despises something else is bad. You know, we Americans are not supposed to despise things. We see it as unvirtuous to despise something. But despising something actually means looking at it and saying, yeah, that's not worth anything to me. That's not worth much. That's of low account. That's what despising means. Now, I don't have time for American grammar lessons over here. I got to take this stuff over to the post office and come back and finish scribing out the next batch of cuts for Austin. I got a box for Alabama coming out next. Plus, I've got some custom slaloms I'm working up and some exciting back burner projects that look like they're going to be really outside the box. But in the meantime, all of it's built on these stock models behind me shipping out. And once again, I'm fresh out of knuckleheads. Just moved the last one in an order yesterday and have to go and make a bunch more knuckleheads, which is always happy. Friends, all I wanted to say about Dirty Skateboards is they are really legitimate. They are a great example of how to run a skateboard brand in a country where authenticity, quality, inclusion, these things are perishing. Dirty took command of the craft of putting graphics on boards, and I encourage all of you guys to give Dirty Skateboards a second look. And also, take that second look you give them and apply the same second look to every brand around you. When you have a brand that claims to be made in America or claims to be made somewhere, and they can't back that up with true fact, documentation, and like that, I'd like to let you know, for a long time, people have been lying. And if you're the owner of a wood shop in America and you practice bad ethics or you make bad product, I actually have the time to help you rethink your ethics. I have availability. If you want to come hang out with me. We can talk about ethics and figure out how to keep you in business doing good ethics. And if you're having trouble with your production value and you're beginning to produce high volumes of low quality stuff, I can help you as well. I and my group can help you, if you're the owner of a factory, to trim your customer base and right size and right price your business into high quality and high service. I think that all of this has been possible the whole time. My hope is that this video will encourage all of you not just to think of Dirty Skateboards as a great brand that's doing something that's very brave and very worthy of respect, but I hope you'll use this video as a chance to rethink the way you think about the way you purchase skateboards, the way you think about skateboards, the way you think about value and quality. And that was what I thought about what I wrote this morning about Dirty Skateboards. It goes on fickleboards.com really soon. Yesterday I wrote some words. I remember I was stirring the pot about something. I can't remember what it was. That's the way I am a lot. My head right now is in a lot of dimensions and getting things going here in the shop. So I'll probably post a video response to what I wrote yesterday anyway. It was a little bit controversial. Oh yeah, it was about fun. Which, by the way, fun is now very controversial. The meaning of it and its value are seemingly up for grabs to a market full of deceitful and duplicitous characters. It's quite nefarious. Friends, I hope you're safe today. I hope that you only bruise and don't break, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks again. Hit finish over here on this thing here.